Hey, everyone. This is Barbara from Inspired Paper Company. And now we're at the final part, potentially, of the creative process in regards to publishing on Amazon KDP. In the first two videos, I showed you how to create the interior pages and then create the cover page or the cover, I should say, of the book. So this is what we used. And what I did was I actually, I'm giving this to you guys for free. So if you want to use this template to create your own, as you can see, if you watch the second video, I took out my cover and I put in the cover page from Amazon KDP in regards to the measurements. So I put that there, and then I have the intro page and I have all the other pages for you to use. So you have access to that. And then, um, yeah, I put that in the KDP listing cheat sheet, which has all the links that we've been going through since the beginning of the video series, which we started with video one. And now we're coming to the end where we're going to actually list it. And before I do that, I just want to show you. So I actually made some chat GPT prompts to help us with listing our cover. And when I show you what these prompts can do, they are absolutely amazing. And then, if you don't want to use the prompts and you want to use something easier to make listing faster, I actually have a GPT that I created that does this and so much more for you. I've had a couple people test it and they were just like going on and on about how amazing the GPT was and how it did so much more than just help with writing the titles, keywords, and descriptions. It just gave so much more information. We'll get back to that, but I just want to make that little shameless plug, so to speak. That link for the GPT will also be listed below. So, and one more link I'm going to also add. I will be starting a school community, and I'm going to actually do a copy and paste here so I can remind myself to do it. I will be starting a school community that will help creators like yourself create notebooks, planners, journals, notebooks, planners, journals, and devotionals. So, if you're interested in that, I am going to add the link here, and I'm just going to call it My School Community. And right now, um, I'm not sure if I'm going to make it a free community or have tiers yet, but I will go ahead and link it below. And if anything changes where it's no longer free, I will make sure that I include that here on this cheat sheet. But I typed it in so I wouldn't forget. All right, let's get started. So I already have an account on Amazon KDP. It's free to start, but you can always just Google Amazon KDP and you can go ahead and create a free account. I'm going to click on create new title or series. You may or may not get that option depending on if you're creating a brand new account. And we're going to go step by step. The reason why I broke this up into 3 videos was because I didn't want each video to take too long. So that way you can learn something, do it, come back to the second one, do it, and come back. So we are going to create a paperback. Again, if you want to learn how to do a hardback, put it in the comments and I will do a video training on how to do hardback. And the hardback books are like really, really nice, extremely nice. All right, so language is English, book title. Then it says enter your title as it appears on the book cover. If you add, blah, 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 before continuing, check the spelling and this and that. All right. We're not going to enter a book title just yet because I've done books and I've seen books where they didn't have the title. So let's see if where the title wasn't on the cover. So let's see what happens. So if you're not sure what to call your book and you don't want to call it the same thing as everyone else, if we go to my cheat sheet, I have a prompt down here. This is the prompt that we used in the first video in order to do the formatting. So now it says, you know what, and I might do this like this just for make it simple for me. Oops, that went too far. Let's back it up. Hmm. I don't know why that's doing that. I'll play with that later because I'm not sure why that's doing that. I think I have an idea, but we'll work it out. Oh, wait a minute. I think it just adjusted. All right, cool. So here we go with titles. So this is saying like before you can use the GPT, I tell you to make sure that you create the cover first because you need your cover because I wrote the GPT to generate a title based on your cover. So then it says copy and paste this into your chat GPT prompt. I'll make this in bold and I'll probably highlight it yellow just so that you know not to copy it. And I think here I'm going to make all of this in italics. I'm gonna italicize that, and then I'll put a little space. All right. So this is the first one, and I'm just gonna go backwards, and I'm going to copy and paste, and I'm gonna go to ChatGPT, and I may make this all one big title. I mean, one big chat, like all three prompts that I wrote. I might put it all in the same chat. Let's see what happens. All right. So I have the GPT. I'm sorry, I have the chat in here, and then some. And I like to say, "Hey," that's just me. Like I usually give some kind of greeting, and usually it's "Hey." All right, and then I'm gonna click here, and I'm gonna go ahead and add the photo that I had. Oops, no, that's not what I wanted. Hold on, let me delete that. That's the line pages that it wants to cover. It doesn't need the line pages. And then, all right. And then I'll go through the prompt real quick and say, hey, act as a six-figure Amazon KDP seller who specializes in notebook journals and planners. I'm publishing a book on Amazon KDP. I'm uploading the front cover, analyze the cover before generating anything. And then now you have the book details. So this is the part that you need to actually go in and change. I mean, go in and update. So it's a notebook. It's lined. It says be specific, be as specific as you can be. So I'm going to say my target market, I'm going to say is African American women. And I'm just going to keep it at that for now. And then, I mean, I guess with this, it could probably be young women, it could be younger women, older women, but I'm going to just keep it at, I'll keep it at women. I was trying to decide, but we'll just make it just for the sake of this video. And then primary use, we're going to say the primary use, and I'll just do it like this. We'll say writing, we'll say journaling. You know what? We'll keep it all in there because they can use it for any of that, depending on how they want to do it. So then it's going to do three. It's going to give us three titles and subtitles that are Amazon search friendly, matches the cover, clearly communicates who it's for. I asked it not to repeat the same keywords because we want to try to maximize as many keywords as possible. Then I said do not include the trim size or print page count because sometimes if you look at some of the titles, it'll tell you 6x9. It'll say 100 pages. So it is not going to include that because we're going to include that in the description, but it's not going to include that and then avoid keyword stuff. And a lot of times people do that to keyword stuff. So let's see what it gives me. I'm curious to see myself. All right. So it's working on it now. We'll give it a few seconds to calculate. This title is going to be banging because I was not expecting it to take this long, but that's fine. We'll give it a couple more seconds to do what it's doing. It's analyzing the image now. Here we go. All right. All right. So now it's saying based on the vibe, cute, sassy Afro girl illustration, hoops, bold lip. Okay. It got my audience down. It says a clear big title, not a deal breaker, but on Amazon, it does help conversions and reduces not what I expected. Okay, so it did mention about the clear title because remember, it did mention about putting a title on there. So we already know that, the GPT, not the GPT, I'm sorry. The GPT does work too, but we also know that the prompt is doing what it's supposed to do. So it has Afro Queen Composition Notebook in the subtitle. Then and it also tells you why. It has Melanin Notes, a light writing journal for Black women who plan, pray, and process. I kind of like that. Then it has Sassy Afro Girl Line Notebook. Cute composition style journal for everyday writing, gratitude, and goals. I think I want to go with this one. So let's go. We're going to call it the Sassy Afro Girl Line Notebook. So I'm just going to copy and paste it. And then I'm going to go back and it says, cute composition style journal for everyday writing, gratitude, and goals. Now, I might say a line writing journal for Black women who plan, pray, and process. I kind of like that one. So why don't we use a combination, a cute composition notebook, composition style journal for, because I kind of like that. And then we're going to go back and then we're going to copy Black women who plan, pray, and process. All right. So I did a combination. All right. And it says the subtitle is optional anyway, but we're just going to put it in there so that way it does have some keywords on there. All right. This is not a series. There's no edition number. The author, you are the author, so I'm just going to put my name. Then it has contributors if you want to add contributors. So that way that information displays. So I may say the illustrator is I want to say Coco Twins. So Misha Bazemore actually designed that image. So I think I want to say Co-Twins. So that way it'll give her props or give her, yeah, basically giving her props. But she did design that illustration. And also she has a school community that's absolutely wonderful with support. And if you really want to get a jump start on AI, I also included that on the cheat sheet as well. So you definitely want to hop into her community. And then now it's saying the description. So we're going to go back and we are going to go to the next prompt. Let's see, actually, it's product description. So I'm going to move this. I'm going to make this prompt number 2. Uh-oh, hold on. We're going to make this one prompt number 2 since product description is number 2. So let's copy. Well, actually, we're going to cut. And then we're going to put it right here. And we're going to make this one number 2 because the product description came second. Use this prompt to turn, into a simple, use this prompt to turn a simple interior into a compelling reason to buy. And I think up here, so right here, I highlighted that. And then I italicized this. So we'll do this. I'm going to already copy it, but then I'm also going to italicize it. And since I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and hit that. And I'm going to change this to number 3. So now we're going to go back to our listing and we're going to say, okay, next thing, number 2. And let's see. Again, I'm going to take this out only because it's in the same, it's using the same information. So I'm going to just say, using the information above and continuing the conversation, please perform the following tasks. The title of the book is Sassy Afro Girl Line Notebook. So let's see. And the only reason I did it, like I said, I'm keeping it in the same conversation. If you want to, if you want to make it a separate conversation, you can. So it's going to say, write basically an Amazon optimized product description. Don't use the phrase low content and, don't apologize for the simplicity. Keep it natural, confident, and clear. And then it just says simple Amazon automatically always preview a listing. Oh, actually, we could take that part out. Quick reminders. We don't need quick reminders. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to go back and make sure that that's not listed on here because I don't want you to copy and paste that. So we're going to take this and we're going to cut this. And then we're going to go back down. And then on the final page, we'll have this listed. There we go. And this will not be italicized, so we can italicize it. There we go. All right, and we'll just set this up for prompt 3. And now we're going to go back here and see if what it said. All right, so let's see what it says. She's confident, she's bold, and she's got something to say. Sassy girl line is more than just a place to write, blah, blah, blah. I don't like these things right here because it definitely screams ChatGPT. So we're going to take that out. But I'm going to show you a trick that I use when it comes to these things because you can tailor the description. So this saying this notebook is made for African American women and girls who want something that feels familiar, fun, and empowering. It tells you why you're going to love it. It tells you what's inside the book. And then, okay. So that's what it's saying is conversational. So I'm going to say, thank you. And then I'm going to say, I guess I should make that capitalized. Please. I don't know what those lines are called, so we're just going to take them out manually. But I'm going to say, please include some of the features like the page count and style of interior. Oh no, how about we do this? Please include some of the features like the fact that it is 100 pages and the interior are blank line pages. I don't like the way I said it, but we're going to roll with it. And then there was one more thing I wanted to say. Oh, also, please put it in my tone and style. I might not. No, let's keep it like that. Well, let's see. Please put it in my tone and style. And also make sure it is Amazon. And I think it is SEO friendly. I just want to be sure. Now, if you've been talking to ChatGPT for any length of time, it kind of knows your style and your tone. And because I've already set it to know mine, it'll be interesting to see how it does. But then it says, that they revised it, made it more Amazon optimized, um, included the features and everything else. So let's see. She's confident, she's bold, and she definitely has something to say. It's made for women and girls who want a notebook that actually feels like them. I kind of like that. And again, we're going to take that out. This notebook is perfect for African American uh, women and girls who love writing things down, getting thoughts out of their head. So I don't like that it's saying it's perfect for women and girls. And then down here it's saying women and girls. So I may change that a little bit. Why you love this notebook. That's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say to remove the emojis, but it's fine. Bold, Afro girl, composition style, 100 pages, neat, comfortable line spacing, no distractions, so you can use it however you want. Okay. So, and then it says next, if you want, we can tighten this for A plus content. So Amazon has A plus content, product descriptions, and where you can add like pictures and everything. We're going to save that for another video. Then it says create a shorter version for mobile shoppers or optimize your back end keywords. We didn't do back end keywords yet, so we're just going to leave this as it is. That's the third prompt that I created. So we're going to leave this like this. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this into the description. And then I'm going to clean it up a bit. So I don't need it to be like super, super bold. So we're going to take out the bold because I don't need that. She's confident, she's bold, and she definitely has something to say. The Sassy Afro Girl Line notebook is made for women and girls who want a notebook that actually feels like them. Cute, sassy, and full of personality on the outside. And I'm going to say, created with clean, practical pages on the inside that work for real life. This notebook is perfect for, you know what? I'm gonna say up here. I'm gonna say made for African American women. Then I'm gonna say this notebook is perfect for. I'm gonna say those instead of, because I already said it once. I don't want to keep saying it. This notebook is perfect for those who love writing things down, getting thoughts out of their head, and having a notebook that reflects their culture, confidence, and everyday rhythm. Why you'll love it. So we're just gonna take that out. Take that. We're gonna take that out and leave the features in there. And then it says works beautifully as a personal notebook or a thoughtful gift. So I like that. Tells you what's inside the book, whether you're writing prayers, planning your next move, taking notes, blah, blah, blah. This notebook gives you the space to do it without overthinking it. Add the Sassy Girl notebook, line notebook to your cart today and start filling those pages with your voice, your plans, and your purpose. I like that description. So we don't need this to be italicized. So we have the description. I own the copyright and I hold necessary publishing rights. This is what you do. It's not on public domain. So you actually, well, in this case, we're using the design. Then it asks if it's sexually explicit. No. Then it says choose the youngest and oldest ages at which this person can enjoy it. So I'm going to say 12, and then the maximum, I'm going to put 18 plus. Choose the location where you expect the majority of your book sales. We're going to say Amazon.com. Then it says to choose up to 3 categories. You must select primary, marketplace, and blah, blah, blah. So you have to put it in a category. Now, this is the part that might take a little bit longer. So let's ask ChatGPT. That's the only thing I didn't do. So how about I make a prompt for that? So I'm going to say, using the information above, please give me the best Amazon KDP categories to use. And let's see what it does. And if I need to make that a separate prompt, I'll make a separate prompt. All right. Okay, so it's saying books, blank books, and journals. Let's see. So category is already in books. Let's see if it has blank books. I don't think that's one of the categories. I think you got to kind of find it. Let me move this over. Let me see. I know self help was one of them, but I want to get to. I got it. We probably got to look it up some more. Sometimes it does fall under self help, and let's see, personal transfer. Okay, so we can keep it under self help if we want. Let me see what else ChatGPT said. Um, think books optional, self help journaling. I knew that. I'm gonna say, can you? I'm gonna say, please only use categories that are available and exist on Amazon KDP. And I'm gonna go back because I know I always have a hard time with that one. So if we do self help, and if we change this to select one, then it has journal writing, it has motivational, um, self esteem. It really kind of depends. So we'll use journal writing as one. And then for the next one, it says add a category. We're going to say, let's see what ChatGPT said. Is it still up to say? Um, books, blank books. And again, I cannot find blank books, so I'm gonna have to find out why I keep saying blank books. If KDP allows 2 books, blank books. So I'm going to tell them blank books is not an option and see what it says. Unless it tells me it's somewhere listed somewhere differently, which I believe it is. So let me see if we can search for it real quick. And I apologize if the video is too long. Please feel free to, you know, to scan past it if you need to. Let me see. No, I don't think it would be under religion. It wouldn't be under religion. Self help is like usually the best option, even though we just did self help. but I can always choose motivational if I want to, or self-esteem. But there was an option for writing, and now I don't know where it is. So I'm kind of upset about that. Let's see what it says. Blank books is no longer, especially for paperback, and use only categories that exist. So it's saying self-help journaling, which I think was the categories I chose, journal writing. And then the second one, it says, oh, books, crafts, hobbies, and home. I kind of like that one. So let's see. So books, and then it says craft, hobbies, and home. And then it says general. I don't know if I want to do that. Education and teaching, studying. No. So we may have to do we may have to stick with crafts, hobbies, and home. I think we may have to stick with that one for now. And then under here, it has everything listed. Let me see. What does it say? Craft and hobbies. And then is journaling in here? Guided journals. Okay, so journaling is in here. Um, General mosaics, reference scrapbooking, soap making. So it does have guided journals in here. So at least that's another place where we can look. And it also has activity books. So let's do guided journals for now. Let me see. Reset. At least we do know that that exists. But I think I might keep it in, let me see, teen and young adult. And let's see if it's under hobbies and games. No. Let's see. Um, no. So we may keep it under self-help. We can keep it under self-help. I think I'm gonna keep it under self-help. And we'll just make it journal writing, and we'll do let's do, I don't like any of these, but we may just have to roll with it. And let's do self-esteem. We'll do that. And we'll keep it there for now. And if I come up with better ones, I will let you guys know, because video is already taking too long. So please make sure, if you want to, you can skip some of this. All right. We have the categories. Then it says, did your book classify as any of these types? And low content, we're going to say yes, and this is actually what I use. And then it just kind of tells you what, low content is. And like it says, have different ISBN and distribution options, so that's why. All right. Last but not least, we need our keywords. So now we're going to go back here, and we're going to select our keywords. So we're going to copy and paste this prompt. All right. And then I'm just italicizing it for this. And then we're going to do copy. And we're going to go back here. Oh, wrong place. Sorry. We're going to go here. And then actually, I didn't even see that. It tells you this, stay within here if it allows two categories, and then it tells you which ones to avoid. So it actually says to do crafts and hobbies. All right, and then now we're going to do the next one. This one is going to help us with our keywords. So I'm going to, again, because we're using the same information, I'm going to just say, using the information above, please perform the following task. And then let's see what happens. All right. So now it's giving us, I've carefully avoided every word. And so this is how to give it more, have to give more options to find it. So these are the words it chose, or these were the descriptions it chose. And then it says that you can cross, if you want them, tighten the word further based on competition versus demand, all those things. So let's say tighten, and let's see what words it produces. And we're just going to copy and paste those words. Now, there's all types of tools that you can use in order to find the back end phrases. What I find, or what I plan on doing, is actually selling these books on either Etsy or selling them on my site. And I'm just going to purchase copies. And then whatever I make on Amazon is additional. So that's why I'm not too pressed about this. But well, I will show you another way. So I'm going to copy and paste while I'm talking. That's basically what I'm going to do. So that's why I said the words, all of this is not, I'm not really like pressed about it, so to speak. However, like right here, it does have how you can, come with the keywords. There's a really, really simple way to do it. You can also just like type in like African American and see what comes up. I have a couple of, I think I have a couple of Chrome extensions that I think helps with keywords. And let me see, if you like really, really, really want to make sure that you're using keywords, there's two things you can do that are free, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I want to make sure. I'm sorry, I'm multitasking. And then this is the last one. All right. So another thing you can do if you want, a couple of things you can do. Let me see. So let me see if it'll come up. So I'm just going to do, I probably should put this in incognito so it doesn't, there we go. So I'm putting it in incognito so that way it doesn't, like when I do my search, it won't mess anything up as far as now all these different types of books are coming up. So we're just going to do Amazon, just do Amazon.com. And I wasn't planning on doing this, but we'll do it really, really quick because again, I don't want this video to go too long. So what you can do is you can actually, if you want to search, you can do like type in keywords like African American notebooks. And then you can see what comes up. So see African American notebooks come up, notebooks for women, Black women journals, inspirational African American notebooks. Like all of these, well, skip this one. All of these could potentially be like what you call it. All of those could be potential keywords you can use. So let's say we do African American notebooks for women. All right. So then you see all these notebooks that show up, and then like right here, like these two would be the ones that's probably on Amazon KDP. So we went away from like these types of titles, but you're more than welcome to use these types of titles, especially if it looks like it's working. Like and everybody don't um, post reviews, but if you see reviews, that's usually a good indication that people have bought it. So like right here, this has 217 reviews. So this might be a book that we want to look at. So you can click on that and you might want to reference someone, see what she used. So she titled the book, then she called it Blank Line Notebook Journal for Women. She put the size, she put the page number, she put who it's for, what you could use it for. She did all of that. And this book was created a couple of years ago. Then she has a short description right here. And then also you can see, more items to explore. Everybody pretty much follows that same pattern, so to speak. So that's probably the easiest and the cheapest way because it's free. You can do that if you want to and just start writing down words or phrases or different things that's sticking out. Or you could probably copy like a couple of these titles and just put it in ChatGPT and have it like compile a list for you. And then you can do like from the list, like try it on different books to see what keywords seem, what books are generating the most interest or the most sales, because those might be the keywords you want to stick with. Also, as you can see, this has books, literary fiction, essays and correspondence, diaries and journals. So now we see what category where they're listed. So it's actually in literature and fiction. So let me see if I can make this smaller. Let's see. Then go back here. So we're going to get rid of that. So now I want to see if I'm able to change it real quick. Let me see. Um, Edit categories, because I think it said books, and then I think it said, let me see. Let's remove this one and let's add another category. It said literature and fiction, I think. And then select one. I forgot what it said. Oh, I think it said essays and something, I think. Diaries and journals. There we go. All right. So that's another one that you can use. And again, if you want to change these up to match the titles, you can do that. But I'm just going to leave it here just for purposes of printing the book. All right. So schedule release is not available. So you can't say when it's going to be released. We're just going to say we're going to release it right now. And then we're going to go ahead and continue. So I have a few minutes left. So we're going to see if I can try to finish this up. Because I have to go and pick up my daughter. So I want to see if I can finish this up. Um, and not hinder myself from picking her up. And if I do, then I'll push pause and come back. So publish without an ISBN because you don't need an ISBN because look, it says you can publish a low content book without an ISBN. Then how would you like to do it? We're doing black and white interior with white paper. Then we're doing 6x9, no bleed. Um, See, choose bleed if you have images or illustrations. Otherwise, choose no bleed. And I like a glossy cover. That's just me. And then right here it says upload manuscript. So this is where I'm going to upload the pages, which I think is this. Yep. So I'm uploading the manuscript and it's checking to make sure that everything is cool. This might take some time or not. I don't know if it's the Wi-Fi of the library or if I'm just on a roll, but I appreciate it. And then the next one, it says upload your cover. I'm gonna use a cover I already have. I never used the cover created there. So we got the cover here. Um, and let's see how long it might take. And then it says, does your cover include a barcode? Oh, sorry. Does your cover include a barcode? If left unchecked, we'll add a barcode for you. So we're going to leave it unchecked. Did you use AI tools in creating text, images, or translations in your book? I did not for this one, but you do want to make sure to tell the truth. So, and then that's part of their guidelines. So don't get your account shut down because you're trying to finesse the system. Just be honest. And then right here it says you made changes to your manuscript. Blah blah blah. Please preview. So you have to preview. So you have to do the launch previewer. This way is where it may take some time. So let's see. Um, all right. Here we go. All right. So as you can see, let me see if I can move this up some. Here's everything listed. As you can see, the red line, all text and graphics must be inside this line. Anything outside of this line may be cut off. So see how my girl is right in there. And if I wanted to, I would go back and move her over to the left a little bit, which I just might do just because I want to be on the safe side. And then you can see down here at added barcode. But my girl is inside, but I can kind of move her to the left a little bit. All right. So then click here. You can see where it says this notebook belongs to. And then from there, we just got all the pages. So we're good. One more thing I like to check. And then this would be the last page, which I wanted to make sure. So we're set. So now we're going to say approve. It says no issue selected. So it looks like it's good to go. One thing I do like about Amazon KDP, a lot of times doing it on this is a lot easier than on Lulu. Lulu is another place where I'm going to show you how you can upload books there. All right. So now it's telling you that's going to cost you $2.30 to print. Again, what I recommend you do is just order author copies because you know it's going to cost you $2.30. Because next, when it talks about pricing, you want to see how much of a cut Amazon takes, which is kind of steep. But again, it's their platform, it's their playground. So if you're going to play on their playground, you got to play by their rules. So right here is where it has all the pricing. So you can do individual territories or all territories. We're going to keep that all. Amazon is the primary marketplace. And then it says before this book can be enrolled and expanded, it must meet all our requirements. I really don't care about expanded. Again, I'm fine right here. So the minimum is saying the list price, it has to be $4.60. So I'm going to say, if I do $9.99, I just want to kind of show you. If I do $9.99, with the printing being $2.30, Amazon takes $3.69. So that means that the rest is mine. So if and because the rate is 60%. So if the printing is already 230 and then Amazon is taking three, so three and two, that's five. So this is roughly about $6. It's like $5.99. Yeah, $5.99, so $6. So $6 minus $9.99, I'm making $3.99 per book. That is not bad. However, if I make this $9.99, that's competing with other books. So if you make it like $6.99, as you can see, 230, 120. So now we're at 350. So $7 approximately. So you're making $7 and three. You're making a little over $3. So you can do that if you want. I might keep it at $6.99, but then I wanted to, because then if it costs me 230 and I'm keep it at like $7, I'm just rounding up. If I sell it on my own site, I can make $5 and approximately $5 as opposed to $3. So it's really up to you. But again, I think I want to make it $9.99 just because I mean I just love the front cover design, and I can change the price later. I don't usually deal with any of this because to me that's like not like a big deal. So we're just gonna I worry about Amazon, I worry about like these other places. And then it says it can take up to 72 hours for your book to be available for purchase. You agree to the terms and conditions. So oh, get a printed preview of your book before it goes live. So you can always request a proof. I think when you request a proof, it has like the word proof on it. So you want to see about this, that you can order author copies once your book is available on Amazon. That's the part like I was telling you guys about. I'm not going to hit publish a book because I want to go back and I want to change some of those keywords based on the previous listings. I may do another video just showing you doing it that method. I have to see. I think I am, but I think I'm going to do that. I'll show another one. But just to kind of wrap up this video, I'm going to click here where it says proofs and versus author copies. Proof copies, not for sale watermark. So that's like right on the front of it. And then there's no ISB in gold. So this is just a test copy for you. It is not meant for you to sell it. However, author copies are, move this down. Author copies are prints of your live book offered to you at the cost. So it would be $2.30. It doesn't include the unpublished changes that you made, and you're welcome to resell or give away author copies you order from Amazon KDP. You won't get any royalties of the proof or author copies. So that means you can't make money on you buying author copies. All right. So again, I'm going to go back and I think I might do a fourth video just using the method I showed you where is it at? Here we go. Where I think we're going to go through and I think we're going to check out different books and run it through and just kind of collect some data. I'm going to make that video number 4. That'll be the final video. And like, because right here you see they're selling for $6.99 and this is an 8.5 by 11, 120 pages. So I don't want to keep going off on a tangent. Again, don't forget, all this information is going to be that we discussed in the last couple of videos is all right here. And if you don't want to use these prompts, I have a GPT that actually includes all of this information in the prompts. Let me see if I can go to it real quick. And I'm going to end the video with that. If we go to my GPT, and I'll probably do a separate video with my GPT, maybe not, but I can include, again, this will be the last thing I include, maybe the last thing I include on the freebie. But if I go to the GPT, let's see if I can find it. And then I think I have to click on my GPTs if it shows up. Let me see, where's my, oh goodness, no. Let's see, where's my GPT, hold on. Oh, here, is it right here? No, by ChatGPT.